All right, so today we're going to bid a $16,450 commercial painting project. Consider that a retail build out, about 1,600 square feet. Think of a small store in your local shopping plaza. And I'm going to show you exactly how I do it for the companies that I work with. So we're going to use a couple of tech tools that include ChatGPT and Claude to complete a bid from start to finish. And you're going to watch every step of the way. And by the end of this video, you'll know how to use these tools to build bids for your own company, and the same skill carries over to way more than bidding. So we're going to go on a bidding website, find the project files and download. We'll put them into ChatGPT so it reads the plan, analyzes them, and builds the skeleton of the proposal. Then we'll take that skeleton into Claude to structure and beautify the proposal, get feedback on it, and submit it. Back in the day, normally you'd be doing all of this manually and it would take you days. But with these AI tools, it's way quicker. And just to prove it, I'm gonna put a 25-minute clock on the screen right now. Boom, let's jump into it. So step one is find the job, right? So we're gonna go to planhub.com. Okay, so we're gonna click planhub.com. And quick context, PlanHub is a construction bidding platform. General contractors post their commercial projects on here, and companies like ours come in, find the projects that fit our trade, and we bid on them. So here we'll click on the project finder. It gives us a list of projects open for bids right now. So PlanHub has a free plan, and paid tiers just give you a little more reach. So if you get your projects from somewhere else, that's totally fine. The whole point is the same. It's just to download the projects file. So I'm gonna just click on a tab of a link of a company that I was already looking at. I'm gonna click on the files tab, and I'm gonna click select all, and move this a little over and click download selected. Okay. So it's downloaded. So watch this. So I've downloaded the project files, right? And step two would be to analyze the plans. So I'm gonna pull up ChatGPT here. Now, most people would type in something basic, right? Like analyze these plans and tell me the painting scope and any gaps. I used to do that. It works, but it leaves money on the table. So instead, I'm gonna paste my full estimator prompt. Heads up, it's thorough on purpose. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but I am going to scroll through it so you can pause and read every line. I'll hit on the highlights. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click the plus sign here to add more files, right? I'm going to open the project files of the project that we were looking at. So click enter, and then I'm going to paste the prompt that you can see here, right? Prompt one, the analysis, copy, come back to ChatGPT, and then paste it. And you can see that it's saying you are a senior commercial painting estimator specializing in Division 9 painting and coatings, right? So you can see that the prompt covers a lot of ground. I clicked enter just so that as I am speaking to you about what it is that I'm covering, the ChatGPT is loading the output. I'm just gonna continue reading. So as you can see, the prompt covers a lot of ground. Sections 1 and 2 are the scope and takeoff, as I have here, right? That's the majority of the work. Section 3 is the coding schedule, and that matters because the products and the number of coats are what drive the cost of the project. Section 4 makes it cite the exact sheet so I can verify everything myself and have my team verify it. Section 6 is the gap and risk section, and this is where the bids are ideally won or lost, because what you don't see is what cost you, so you want to make sure that you go through this thoroughly. Section 7 and 8 draft my exclusions, and there's a 5-question section for the general contractor. So while ChatGPT is creating and working through the project files, I wanted to give you guys a quick background on me so you know why I can show you this. So I started my career on Wall Street. From there, I ended up working on startups and tech companies, and I've been able to help scale a legacy business like a commercial cleaning company from 0 to 172,000 in 12 to 18 months. I've also been able to work at a AI logistics tech company. Now I've been helping nonprofits and legacy businesses like roofing companies and construction companies, general contractors, try to and help get more leads and just scale and grow. So now here's the thing about bidding, right? Before anybody signs anything, they read exactly what they're agreeing to. The trust and transparency are what wins the deals. So when I build a bid, I want the technology diving into every aspect of that project. That's why the prompt is so thorough, right? It's how you do $60,000 worth of work and actually get paid for $60,000 worth of work, because nobody wants to get paid less for the work than what it is worth. And the companies that come in buttoned up like that, general contractors will definitely remember them, which is why it's super important to make sure that your prompts are clear as and specific as can be. While the ChatGPT continues working on the bid, feel free to drop a comment with your trade, whether you're a general contractor, a painter, within the electrical sphere, concrete, whatever you run, comment below. And if you're just listening to this right now, let me know that too. Maybe I can help you or your company get leads. So it's taking some time performing the file search and precision query matching. I'll give it about another minute. If not, I'll just click answer now to expedite the process. Yeah, I'll click answer now just because it's taking some time. So we'll do that, right? And the results should be coming in shortly. Okay, it says answering now. It says evaluated bid requirements, search files, and fixed M-click issues. Let us see. Preparing coding schedule, identifying scope and gaps, estimated wall paint. All right, finally, after almost 6 minutes of just working, right, you can see the full scope, right? It has the details, area, the quantities with the math shown, the coding. All right, let me just make this larger, right? You can see here, right, the coding schedule laid out as a table. Let's see. And you got the scope, right? Area, things are being calculated here. Exactly, you got the doors and frames. Any potential gaps if flagged. Factory finishes item. Quantity takeoff, yup. Quantity summary, like I mentioned earlier here. Look at this, the coding schedule laid out here on the table, right? I already drafted my clarifications and exclusions. Got the drawing specification references. Very thorough. And and potential things needing clarifications. Gaps, conflicts, and risks. So recommended clarification and exclusions. Yep. Now I don't have to take this at face value. It tells me exactly which sheets go to verify, and on our side we check those numbers against the drawings. AI approves the skeleton. We, on the manual human aspect, can confirm the pieces are right, and we'll be adding the filling. Yup. Okay. So now, look at the bid strategy finishing. Now we're gonna have the whole analysis. And after ChatGPT finishes providing the entire analysis, we're gonna bring it over to Claude. And the key with Claude is that Claude has previous bid proposal in its memory already. So how to put these bid proposals together. Nice, so we got everything. So I'm gonna copy this, right? And I'm gonna bring this over to Claude, right? And I'm gonna paste this, right? In parentheses. Paste the top in parentheses as well. And we're going to remind ourselves that the reason why we're doing this is because the Claude's only job is to move this project into our formats, right? So if I were to bring this here, right? The goal is so that the format moves and changes, but the essence of the content stays untouched, right? We want the right numbers, we want the right names, we want the right units, we want the right scope. And I'm attaching 3 things here at Claude, right? We are attaching the analysis that ChatGPT just built, which we just added. We're going to attach the original project files, which we have right here, right? And we're going to attach a previous proposal as the example of our format. And after we have that, the prompt to, which is the formatting proposal, right? Paste it and press enter, right? So you'll notice that I'm gonna separate views, bring this together with this one, add to a new split view, close this, and now we got this. See? Okay, and it's loading right now. So while that is loading, what we're going to do is continue, right? So notice what the prompt does. So the prompt is a little lighter than the other one, right? It does not change the number. So here we say, do not shift, change, or improve any of the information from the analysis, right? We'll start off by saying attach star 1, the scope of the analysis of the project, the original project files, and 3, our proposal template plus the previous bid proposal. It'll be the same thing in one, right? The template is the bid proposal is using the proposed template. And I specify here, do not shift, change, or improve any of the information from the analysis, the scope, quantities, units, names, exclusions, and assumptions stay exactly as written. Your job is only formatting, and it's still working on building the bid. If something looks off, it'll flag it in the end instead of just quietly fixing it. So because of the premise here, the focus is just formatting. That's what keeps everything safe. So that rule is what makes everything stay safe. Okay, now we're just waiting for the proposal to be completed. You have your result, right? You can see here that the result has the painting proposal. It has, I might blur some of this out just from legalities and confidentiality perspective, but you can see that it'll have like the painting proposal, the scope of work, the details, right? Formatted in the previous or in the template that we've used for bid proposals, but you can see it'll have the project, location, trade reference, plans, and the scope of work, and to have the assumptions, clarifications, any exclusions, the price, which we will get once we have some of the questions answered. So now that the proposal is done, we can open it up based on the current scope. Can you give an example of what the bidding price would be? It says, so now that the proposal is done, we opened it up. We saw there were certain things that were still missing, so they didn't come up with a proposal. But our logo, our structure, scope line by line, and the part that most companies skip, the exclusion sections, right? So that we're clear on what it is that we are and we're not doing is provided, because that protects you when the job changes. They're giving a base estimate of about $13,800. And this is just based on certain numerical figures that we haven't confirmed, like the type of wall paint, right? Probably the quantity of the restroom walls and then the rate. So those numbers that I would have to probably confirm or clarify, going back and forth. So here, based on what Claude is telling me, is that 13,500 is the raw model, 16,500 is with a small job economics, meaning that these add-ons would increase the price a bit, which is what I had anticipated. So the placeholders are where my numbers would go, and after just speaking back and forth with the team, getting some base estimates, some standard numericals, so that we could go in with a proposal and then go back and forth with the general contractor. So the pricing is always something that I'm thinking about. It never leaves the human's hands, right? Not mine, not yours. Is something that's continuously being discussed. Everything you just watched, the estimator prompt, the proposal prompt, the feedback pass that's coming up, plus a full sample proposal, I put it all together as a 20-minute bid kit. And you don't need PlanHub for any of it. Any bid site works. Even plans, a general contractor emails you directly, right? So drop the word bid in the comments below and I'll point you to it. or you could grab it at the link in the description and the pinned comments below. All right, now back to the bid. Now to get feedback, I know that we're up on the 25-minute time based on my my timer here. Like the majority of the time, I would say like 6 minutes was using ChatGPT, and then another like 3 to 4 on Claude, just generating the actual prompt. So I'm gonna continue this, skip the 5-minute break, and continue going with the 25-minute timer. I'm starting another one. And as I'm starting another one, I want to go towards the end of the section, which is one of the things that I like to do, and I wanted to show you all, which is literally double or triple checking your work, right? So after Claude finishes the proposal, which you can see here, I'm gonna just tell it to kind of fill in the gaps. Let's go with the win number. It's the 11,700, a little lower. Let's go with the number that is closest to the feedback we received using ChatGPT. Fill in the gaps for now to give a first bid before continuing discussions with the general contractor. So what I'm doing here is to kind of get a solid number first so that I could take this back to ChatGPT, because after Claude finishes the proposal and it's finalized, the one more layer that we're adding is the confirmation. And that's where we take what we have Claude, we take it to the same ChatGPT agent that built the analysis and ask it to reread through everything one more time and double check. So I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna put the prompt here. I'm going to download the proposal. It already has the plans, right? Exactly. Just waiting for this to finish. And prompt is short compared to the rest, or is the shortest one compared to the rest, because by now we know exactly what we need, right? So we need 5 things, right? What we missed. So like what can we potentially miss from the scope? Where did the general contractor is going to focus on pushing back? What's my riskiest assumption based on the bid? My 5 questions that were written in the phone language, and I say that so that I can have a discussion with the general contractor about these questions that are open-ended, and every risk from the analysis compared against my exclusions. So here we finished the painting scope. You can see now, if I were to show you the painting scope that's being updated now, you can see that the scope of work is still at the top. Assumptions and clarifications a little more, exclusions a little more, and there's a price with things that have been added on or are provided requesting authorization, but at least we provided a number so that we could begin the conversations of negotiating. Okay, so I'm gonna click on this, download, we'll download the PDF version, right? So we got that, and we're gonna come to ChatGPT and we're gonna click plus, and we're gonna add the file, right? And it's the first one that was just downloaded. And we're gonna add it, and we've already pasted the feedback pass prompt, clicked enter, waiting for the painting scope to finish. Should be done, but let's see, give it some time. All right, because we downloaded it, PDF version. And this other one, this other file is just kind of like the bid status and kind of walk me through it. Okay, so right now we're just waiting for, I'm gonna click answer now, just based on timing. Nice. So it says to review the finished proposal against the architectural and MEP sheets again. Proposal generally strong and protects the major division 9 gaps, but I would correct several items before sending in. The proposal reviewed is a 4-page document dated July 22, 2026. So here it would be giving me feedback. I also want to rewrite it as general reductions, such as one finished coating over existing walls. The window frame sheet conflicts with A600. It is unclear whether match wall finish means matching only the color or both color and sheen. Fix the wording to make sure that there is no argument or disagreement when it comes times to getting clarifications. can see they have some other questions as well. Normally, what would happen after this is that I would come back to my team, speak to my team using my estimator prompt, have a conversation to get clarifying answers here before providing the bid, which is what I would ideally do. So, right, I would go line by line, bullet by bullet, right? Here's what we missed. Here's what the GC would push back on. Here's my riskiest assumption. Here would be my questions to kind of better prepare me for the conversations on the phone. Like this, being able to use AI so that it could find the loopholes, the gray areas, the possibilities of you missing this and losing a chance for a good bid. Yeah, we're definitely not doing that. So it says recommended pre-send changes. At the minimum, make these 5 changes, right? Add this, add that. So with those revisions, the proposal becomes materially harder for the GC to expand after award while still being that. Thank you. Please confirm and enact the recommended pre-send changes. Then provide the output with the updated changes. Right? So now I'm asking ChatGPT to include the changes, right, as part of the feedback onto the file that I provided. By the way, if you guys are watching this and thinking, oh, wow, damn, I need something like this, but I don't have the time to build it, whether you're trying to propose for a bid or just trying to consolidate data, get information, make a one-pager, all of this you would be learning throughout this exercise. So this is literally what I do on a day-to-day basis. I sit down with you and your business for about free 20 to 30 minutes just to review your revenue auditing process, right? We look where the money is leaking to see, is there not enough bids going now? Are there any quotes that were provided but nobody followed up on? My goal is to find the leaks and show you how to fix it. The link is in the description below and in the pinned comment below. It's free. Feel free to go book it. Nice. So with that being said, right, we now have, okay, the lump sum remains at 16,450, incorporated the 5 pre-sent changes and closely related consistency per sections identified during the final review. Perfect. So this is the revised painting proposal, right? I'm definitely going to copy this, right? Copy the key revisions, bring this all the way down. It's probably still loading, right? Almost done. This one took me a little while. It's literally loading line by line. Perfect. So now it's done. Again, some of this information is going to be blurred out. So I copied everything, right? It said, all right, so I'm just going to be like, okay, use the attached. Let me go back, go to Claude. Use the below information to make the appropriate changes to the bid you created and created as to create an updated version. Boom. So we'll be working on updating the painting scope one last time before we go in and submit it, right? So we're going to actually submit it because this is a real life plan. And although most of this will be blurred, I'm going to show you what we're doing here, just so we could get the full end-to-end process. Okay, the paid tier, and it should work. The result and the output might not be of the same caliber, but it doesn't mean that it can't work if you're creating bids. And if you already have an example template, if not, you can create it. But if you do, then that's fine, because that'll help a lot when it comes to following the formatting. Okay, so it's saying I'll apply all the revisions into the content file and rebuild on the KC letterhead. So literally making the adjustment as you go, improving it, decreasing the possibility of the GC complaining. Okay, so now we're just going to, right now, high level, just view it. But normally I am going to go in and make sure that everything makes sense, looks good. Yup. Some more specific details. Looking at the assumptions and clarifications. Doors and frames. Restrooms, MEP touch up. Base pricing includes up to 100 square feet of localized walls. Clarifying there the exclusions, listing every single one of them. The prices includes, right? Alternates, added scope, and unit prices. All alternates and added work require RAN authorization. This is good. Schedule here. Awesome. This is great. So now you can watch me submit it, right? This is the latest version, PDF, right? Rev 1. So you can watch me. Now we're going to submit the bid, right? The bid proposal submitted. So I'm going to click on submit bid on the very bottom right. I'm logged in already. The bid trade. So this is asking you what type of it is it. We're going to write painting because it is a Division 9 painting. The price. We already know that the price was $16,450 based on everything. Then we would write a message, right? So then I would ask Claude and say, thank you. We are going to submit this bid on PlanHub. Can you assist in writing a message when submitting the bid? So normally what I would do is, and I'm going to do it right now to show you guys, is I would take a screenshot of what it is that they're requesting. Take this, click copy, right? Paste it to show them what it is that's being asked with the question, send it over as proof, and it would help me draft the message as to like stand out a little more from the competition. Definitely going to share my bid with the future contractors. Always want to share your bid. The whole point of us doing this is because we want to grow this company in Division 9 in painting and finishes, specifically those specific trades and jobs. So anytime there is a job that requires painting, we would like to be notified of it and place the bid so that we could be the expert in that for now, and then we can continue to scale and work on other trades. So right now there's a message that's provided already. I would have to update this and make sure that ensure that the message is being sent from business development lead Brandon Diaz, so that the GC knows to contact me for any questions or comments. Okay. And so while that's finishing up, right, we are just double checking prices and everything. Yup. Oh, copy, paste, and I'll edit it and say, hi, attaches our Division 9 painting proposal for lump sum per the June 1 set day. Scope allowances, unit prices via deduct options are detailed inside. A few finished documents weren't in the set. Pricing updates upon issuance. Questions or comments, Brandon Diaz. Business development at KC Construction and Development Group, and then BDS3. That's that. Now I'm gonna browse this, put in I just put final underscore final. Voila. Boom. Submit. And the bid has been submitted successfully. Awesome. So we checked the clock. We definitely went over time, right? Definitely went over time. But that's part of finding the job, right? We found the job. We're reading the plans. We're building the proposal. We're getting feedback, submitting it in less time than the old way takes to get through the first few pages. So more bids out means we have more chances to win, and that's the entire game. Okay. So you just watched me bid a commercial painting project. We found the bid, we downloaded the files, we put them into ChatGPT for the analysis. Move that into Claude to build the proposal, back into ChatGPT to confirm nothing was missing, nothing was distorted, and then finalized once more in Claude. Every prompt you watch me use is attached below in the description or the comment section. Comment BID, check the description and pin comment below for those resources. And if you want to see more of how contractors are using AI to get more leads, I made a whole video on that. You can check it out by clicking on one of the links around here below. Once again, my name is Brandon Diaz. See you guys in the next one. Peace.